Listen, we got Anton Daniels telling a story about two women in a car that he was eavesdropping on. It's going to be good. Already watched it. Please put a like on the vid.
I got the windows down and I'm just vibing. And so it's one of those type of cars where you truly become one with the road and you pay attention and you see stuff that's all around you that you wouldn't normally notice, right? And so I'm riding around and I got the windows down and I'm downtown and I pull up at a light and I see a girl. It's two girls and they pull up on my right side. So I'm in the left lane. They're in the lane right next to me. They pull up next to me. They not paying no attention to me whatsoever. But I hear their whole conversation. The girl in the driver's seat is reading the girl in the passenger seat her Miranda rights practically. I mean, she reading her the riot act and she going over and she going on. And I'm trying to figure out what is that? I'm being nosy. I'm like, what? Because I don't hear nothing. I ain't got no music playing or nothing. So what is they talking about? She over there saying, if I'm lying, I'm flying. She says, and the girl in the passenger seat is just looking down like this. Let me remove this so you can understand. Girl in the passenger seat is like this. I hear you. I hear you. Yeah, you right. Yeah, you right. And so the girl in the driver's seat is a little bit older. You can tell she's a little bit more the OG. The girl in the passenger seat is getting read her riot act, right? Riot acts. You know what they saying? This is honest to God what they were saying. I mean, I don't know why you keep dealing with him anyway. He can get a job anywhere while he laid off. No, not while he left. He can get a job anywhere while he unemployed. He can go be a greeter at Walmart. I said, broke my heart. Because I know that this man is completely unsuspecting at the fact that her homegirl is reading her the riot act about her still being with a man that ain't got no money.
Listen, man, we gonna get deep into this in a minute. I'm gonna let him cook. But the one thing I want to say is you got to know the dynamics of your relationship. You got to know the dynamics of your relationship. You got to know what's going on. You got to know how your babe feel. You got to know as far as just the power dynamics in a relationship. You got to know what you bring as far as what you provide that, she is there for. And if money is one of those things, which 9 times out of 10 is going to be one of those things, you got to understand any discrepancies as far as money is always going to cause issues. Now, when I talk about all this bro guy stuff and all of that stuff, I'm going to be honest. That's for short-term mating. That's just me being honest as far as chicks loving bro guys and stuff. That's for short-term mating. There are some guys who really be knocking a coochie off the hinges, man. They be breaking that thing down. And, the chick pay for everything. She got a good job. That's not a common dynamic. It's not a common dynamic. And even then, if I'm going to be honest with you, that's typically a woman that doesn't have not just a high self-esteem, but a lot of these chicks have overinflated egos. So she doesn't have any of that going on. So typically that's going to be the situation. But we will get deeper on, this whole dynamic as far as the friends in a minute. I want him to continue cooking.
Her homegirl was reading her the riot act about still being with a man that is leeching off of you and ain't got no money. Why he ain't got himself together yet? I mean, he could go and get a greet. This is what she said. She said, he can go and get a job at Walmart being a greeter. Anywhere I take you, he need to be out here. And I can't believe you still, the light turned green. I was still sitting there. I said, Jesus. That man had no clue what I did. I clutched my pearls. I said, that man gonna come home to a cantankerous woman that is placed in his woman's mind. Another woman placed in his woman's mind because she was telling him about the situation, and the girl is saying, girl, I can't believe you still, you need to leave him because, he can go and get a job at Walmart being a greeter. They'll take him anywhere.
And we just gonna get straight to it, man. This is one of the perils of having a relationship with a woman. Negative influences, especially her friends. There are negative influences everywhere. She could just be watching a view and catch a vibe and it be the wrong thing being said. And then now, because of something somebody else put in her head, you dealing with the consequences, you dealing with the issues. And everything was good 5 minutes ago. Everything was good yesterday. Everything was good for the past month. But because this influence got to her, now she's having a change of heart. This is the thing. Women are very impressionable. So it's not really hard to, influence a woman's mind, especially depending on the source that it's coming from. Now, if I'm being honest, if we're talking about the masses in general, yeah, the masses are easily influenced as well, but we're not going that deep on this channel. But you see it, I was going to do a video on this, but I don't think I am. But the whole, if you're black, you know what I'm talking about. If you're black and young, the demure thing, Demure. Somebody, like, it was said on a nanny or whatever, like, 50 years ago or whatever. And some gay dude on TikTok began to say, very elegant, very demure. Like, he began to say that. And it's like, it became a trend and women picked up on it. Now, the thing about this trend is even a lot of women look at it like, bruh, this is some bullshit. So it's not all women. It might not even be the majority of the women, but it's something that's going viral. And every time you look up, it's very demure, very elegant, very demure. So a lot of them will latch on to something so easily. I already talk about on this channel a lot how women pick up a new psychological term en masse every year. Narcissism has existed forever, but for some reason, everybody is a narcissist in the past 3 years. Just like 5 years ago, everybody is gaslighting. So with that being said, it's already one thing that women are emotional and unpredictable and things like that, but you also have a negative influence on the side. That's pretty crazy, and it will cause you peril throughout your relationship, guaranteed. And one thing I also got to get out the way is misery loves company. A lot of these chicks be single. A lot of them never be happy in any relationship they have. A lot of them be, what's the word? Misandrous. So they like to put that on to their, female friends and stuff like that. Even then, a lot of them be hoes, man. Just keep it a beam, man. And when you're a hoe, we already know how the psychology of a hoe works, man. They cannot commit to a guy. They get bored with guys quick. They resent guys to a certain extent in some cases, like, just very mentally unhealthy when it comes to men. So if you have somebody like that next to your girl and they are kicking her that shit, it's not going to be good. And the funny thing about that is that women know this. If you watch the movie Two Can Play That Game, Vivica A. Fox is given, she's the negative influence. She's given all her female friends this game to manipulate, their friends. Now, granted, just to be honest, just to be real, on the other side, Anthony Anderson is giving the game to Morris Chestnut. So it's a game of manipulation on both sides. And he would be the negative influence, over there because they're in a relationship. But the reason I bring up that movie is because she's the negative influence giving everybody the bad information, but she's having problems in her own relationship. And she said, yo, the one thing you never do is tell your girls about the problems that you got in your relationship. Because that's when everything is going to spiral out of control. They're going to tell you what you need to do, and they're going to apply that pressure. They're going to tell you need to step away from her, you need to blow down on, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. They're going to give you bad advice, just like she was giving her friends throughout the movie.
I'm telling you, you don't know what an argument feel like until you arguing with a man that's broke. Or as a man, you arguing with a woman from a broke mouth with no money in your hey. You don't even argue the same. You don't even argue the same. I'm telling you, you don't even argue the same. Because listen, I've been broke. 2008 was a rough time for Tom Dog, all right? I've been broke. I thought about the issue that I was going to bring to her before I brought to her. I said, you know what? That ain't even worth talking about. You know what? Like you can't even just spew it off. Hey, what's going on over there? Hey, come over here for a minute. I need to talk to you. No, you don't move like that. When you ain't got no money, hey, can I talk to you for a minute? Privately in the other room? I don't want everybody to be a part of our conversation. you hit different. Because when you got money, you speak with authority. Hey, what y'all over there gossiping about? Girl, what y'all, hey, go, hey, I need y'all need something better to do. Go to the store and go and get this. And then they call you, okay, daddy. That's how they talk to you. Okay, daddy. Go to the store and get this. But when you gotta ask her to go to the store with her own money, it's a little different. You know what I'm saying? And so now she gonna be like, if you ain't ever heard that, then you ain't ever been broke enough yet. You ain't been broke enough.
See, listen, he's talking from experience, and I can respect that. And one thing I'm not gonna get on this channel and do is act like I'm somebody I'm not. I'm not about to act like I'm Daddy Warbucks, like the boy just got all the bread, like we just super up and I done had the money and bitch get in the motherfucking kitchen and cook it. Like I ain't no. Not about to get on this channel and act like, I done been in that position. But this is the thing though. The type of person I am, I understand where I'm at, and I understand that, I have to find a woman for where I'm at. That's gonna listen to me, that's leadable and stuff like that, that I can actually be of value to. A woman that I can actually be of value to. And that's just me being real. And even when I say of value, what I'm saying is somebody that actually looks at me as a winner, somebody that I am better than, somebody that is going to be compliant to me, that is going to be submissive to me. And I'm going to give you a quick story to kind of illustrate this to some extent. So boom, I'm at the workplace, I'm flowing and glowing, babes like me, all this stuff. I'm popular at the workplace, whatever, right? And this is like over 10 years ago, just so you know. So boom, there's this chick, she's bad or whatever, right? Not gonna lie, she was bad. We at work. I say something to her. I can't remember the dialogue, so there won't be no dialogue. Whatever I said was friendly. Whatever I said was about the situation. Whatever I said was platonic. And it wasn't me trying to holler at her, nothing like that. It wasn't giving none of that. This chick snaps at me and disrespects me unnecessarily, completely unnecessarily based on what I said. It's just like some, you smell like French fries type shit. And it wasn't a fast food job, but that's like a Chappelle Show reference. So immediately, that's bad energy and it's disrespect out the gate. And I'm a stranger, but you treated me like this. So boom, off rip. I reciprocate some of the energy. She probably gets the last word in. I leave it alone. Now, this is the thing, because women work different than men. And this is why I be talking all this social proof shit and stuff. Like, she didn't know who I was. She didn't know that all the dudes at the job really fuck with me. She didn't know that I was popular. She didn't know that a lot of the babes fuck with me. She didn't know none of that. Guess what? I didn't talk to her. I didn't make no eye contact with her, nothing. Had no desire in communicating with her at all. But guess what happened? She found out. She found out all of that stuff that I mentioned. And guess what? When she find out who I am and all that stuff, she want to start trying to talk to me. She want to start trying to go to lunch with me. She want to start doing all this shit. In a way, I'm feeling like, I mean, you cool, but at the end of the day, I don't care how bad you is, because you disrespected me. And you did that when you didn't know me from a can of paint, and you did it unnecessarily. So at the end of the day, I can never fuck with you in any real capacity. Like, we could be cordial, but I could never really fuck with you, because that type of energy, you even doing that, you was comfortable doing that to a stranger. Nonetheless, to me, not only does that set a bad precedent, but that's who you are. And if I actually start messing with you, or even worse, get into a relationship with you, I would be stupid to not expect that again. I'm not going to continue to go deep on that, but you got to put some time in with a chick, see what she's capable of, and also see the energy that you and her have and stuff like that. You got to really read who she is. But let's get to the real point, man. It's kind of crazy that when it comes to men, we are just looked at as money. That's really what we are when it comes to air quote modern women or women of a certain age and things of that nature, or even as we get older. We don't know what this guy's situation was. We just know that he was unemployed. We don't know how long he was unemployed. But I'll tell you something. An unemployed man pisses a woman off. The average woman, it just pisses him off. A man having to compromise financially for whatever reason, that pisses him off. A guy getting demoted, that pisses him off. Anything that impacts the money pisses him off within a relationship. Now, as a man, you should be working, just keeping it a bean. But as a man, especially at a certain point in life, like past your 30s and stuff, these chicks is not going to allow you no missteps, no mistakes, no grace or nothing. A lot of them. And you want to know the funny thing? Like when we talk about this value, like we're not going to be talking to our mans like, yo, man, Felicia ain't sucking my dick no more. And no chick is going to be driving and your dude in the car just, nah, man, bruh, what is you doing? She should be sucking your dick all the time, man. Don't you pay the bills? Don't you pay the bill? Like that just don't happen. It's a tough reality, but listen, man, you got to understand if a chick is getting with you for the money, you got to understand how much of a part money plays in your relationship, and you got to understand what type of woman you got, because there's going to be a chick who likes you for you, and it is going to be cool with whatever y'all got going on financially. But even then, I got to keep it a bean. Still got to have some level of accountability. Even with relationships aside, you should still be getting a bag. You should still be trying to get employed. You should still be, and this is the other thing that I forgot to even mention. Right now, it is hard for a lot of people to get a job. Even people with certifications and things like that. It's just kind of a hard time. So some people, especially people who don't work, won't understand that. But we done for today, man. Let me know your thoughts. I'm out.